Divestment is essentially the opposite of investment. Many universities, religious organizations, and other institutions, Memorial University included, choose to invest their money in the fossil fuel industry, funding enormous companies whose practices harm the environment on a global scale. The idea behind divestment involves getting rid of any stocks, bonds, or investment funds that are unethical or financially unsound, fossil fuel investments being a good example of this.
After a year and a half of work and research, in October 2015, we submitted our official request from Memorial University to divest from the top 200 fossil fuel companies. Our call for divestment is supported by other organizations at Memorial. Since submitting our request, we are very happy to announce that Memorial will be striking a committee to look into divestment. However, we want to make sure this committee will include climate change specialists and address conflicts of interest. We have also asked to present in person to both the committee and to the Board of Regents as a whole, and are awaiting their response.
Large investment banks have carefully investigated the effects of removing fossil fuel companies from their investment portfolios. They have concluded that divestment does not negatively affect returns. But let's talk about risk. If we are to keep 80% of our fossil fuels in the ground, it means the fossil fuel industry is vastly overvalued. And let's look a bit closer at the fossil fuel industry right now. Oil prices are currently below $30 per barrel. In Newfoundland and Labrador, where 1/3 of our GDP is based on the oil and gas sector, we are facing huge budget cuts. Memorial is no exception. By investing in fossil fuel companies, we are basing our revenues on the shaky price of oil.
Divestment is an important step towards attaining a fossil-free world, and supporting the divestment movement is essential in the process of mitigating the effects of climate change. The reality is that at least 80% of the available fossil fuels reserves need to stay in the ground if we are to avoid global warming above 2 degrees. Divestment recognizes that we need to loosen the grip that coal, oil, and gas companies have on our governments and financial markets. Newfoundland and Labrador are also directly in the path of current and future climate change impacts, and it is important to remember that these impacts could negatively affect existing industries in the province, such as tourism and fisheries, and will undoubtedly have repercussions on many communities.
What are we asking? We're asking for direct action by Memorial University against climate change. We want to pursue genuine sustainability initiatives by divesting from the top 200 fossil fuel companies, freeze any further investments, and to reinvest in the green economy, renewable energy projects, and other ethical industry. This is Memorial University's prime opportunity to tell Canada and the world that it's time to get serious about climate change.
Can't you see it's in me? Can't you see? Can't you see it's in me? Can't you see? Can't you see it's in me?